Welcome, ladies and gents. I'm your host, CENTERSTRAIN01, to a special kind of video where I kind of just want to give you, some of you that are new, obviously I've gained some new subscribers and stuff. Maybe they don't know the history of what this channel came from, what I've always been about, and who I am in general as a person. So I wanted to kind of go over a few things here to explain in this video. So first off, hi, my name's Chris. It is now going to be, in a couple of weeks, my 7-year anniversary for this channel. 7 years. In 2010, I was stationed at Fort Lee, Virginia, and well, for those of you that don't know, I'm in the U.S. Army. I've done that for the past since 2001. Well, I joined in 2000. But I was in high school, so I didn't graduate until 2001. And I left for basic training September 5th of 2001, before September 11th. I remember this because when September 11th happened, I was in the middle of getting... we were in processing, so we were in the middle of like getting everything going. And my first ID card was dated September 11th, 2001. So that was a very, very surreal moment. Literally 6 days after I joined and I leave my family for the first time, there I am. It's September 11th happens, and obviously my family's scared. I'm scared. It was definitely a weird time. And then after that, of course, everything has changed. But I've been doing that since 2001. And here I am today. So what this video is just, I want to kind of explain to you kind of how I got my start on YouTube, where I came from, and what my future plans are. And then we're going to end with a little fun drum part in the video. I don't know if this is going to get copyrighted. I haven't done Rock Band in so long on actual YouTube, or put a video out with copyright and things like that. But there's a reason that I'm showing you this, and I'll explain that. So I got my start with YouTube. Obviously, I was a fan of YouTube back when it even first started, watching videos, mostly watching like game videos of stuff. Very bad quality. This is before we had all these new fancy things to record like you see now, right? That I'm recording this on, which is the Elgato HD Pro. But before all that, in 2007, a game came out. So I'm living my life. I'm a normal gamer. I just love to play video games. This is before it became popular for showing it on YouTube. I was never the kind of guy to want to show it on YouTube. Never had that, that fire within me. But then a game came out, 2007. I always played a lot of Guitar Hero back in the day. It was one of my favorite things to do. I am a musician, so I love playing music. And I was always like, why do they not have drums out yet? They've got this plastic guitar, but drumming would be such a cool thing to have. And this is in 2007. In 2007, I'm stationed at Fort Sam Houston, Texas, in San Antonio. And I am a drummer for the U.S. Army Rock Band. That's what I've been doing since 2005. So from 2001 to 2004, I was stationed at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and I was with the 14th Military Police Brigade, the 14th MP Brigade. So I didn't do music my first 4 years of the military. That's not what I did. With September 11th and everything, I got tasked out, and I did a lot of MP stuff. That's what I mainly did my first 4 years. But then I was like, you know what? Music is my passion. I've always done music in life, and I wanted to join the Army Band. So I did that 2005, and that's how I got into that, and I've been doing that ever since. But in 2007, a game, Rock Band, was coming out. Now, I remember sometime in late 2006 or in the beginning of 2007, I was in Walmart with my then wife, and I saw at a little kiosk they had this thing called Rock Band. This was before I was like looking up a lot of things about games all the time. And I saw these 4 pads. They didn't even have the bass pedal. The bass pedal was automatic. It was just a demo. And I got to play Tom Sawyer, and I was like, this is so cool. So I played it, and I was actually really good at it already, just because I knew Tom Sawyer. I played it many, many times on drums, and it just felt natural the way everything was laid out. And it was fun. So I became excited about this game called Rock Band. This is also the year that Mass Effect came out, and they released on the same day, Rock Band and Mass Effect. So Rock Band allowed you to play with your buddies, drums, guitar, bass, and singing. Obviously, the singing and drums were the really only real aspects of this whole thing. And so I was like, I'm so excited. So when it came upon release, I got Mass Effect and I got Rock Band, and that's pretty much how everything started. So I started competing for Rock Band. I started getting really, really good. Okay, so I was #1 in the world for a long time, for a couple of years. Me and this other guy, we would always switch back and forth. It was always a competition back in the early days of trying to get the most points in all the drum songs. And this is back when you could only use the stock kit, and I don't know how many pedals of that stock Rock Band kit that I had to go through because they would always break, because they just weren't made very well. But I mean, that's just kind of how it is, you know. You have to go with plastic products if you want anything to be cheap and inexpensive. So then the community started to figure out how they could mod Rock Band. So people started, and I did this too, putting socks on top of the pads. So I would take my green army sock and I would put it around the pad, and then it would end up to where the notes would register more. And then people figured out that you could solder. You could take a regular bass pedal, and you can take like a kick trigger pad that you would get in a V drum set or something like that, and you could solder like the metal part, the cord. You would get like a 1/4 on one end and then a 1/8 on the other end, the one that would fit into, because the pedal fit into the back of the Rock Band kit. So you could figure out how to kind of DIY your own kick pedal thing. So I figured out how to do that so that every time that I would hit the kick trigger, it would trigger a hit, which was really fun. And then so bass started getting a little bit easier to do because you didn't have to worry about the plastic stuff anymore. So then I was like, you know what? Since I'm competing, I'm going to put some of this stuff on a YouTube channel. So I created a YouTube channel called CENTERSTRAIN, and that's where it all started, CENTERSTRAIN. But what I started from was Rock Band. I started putting videos out of full combos of all the songs in Rock Band 1. I started getting really good at putting videos out. Started gaining a lot of subscribers. I think within a week I had 1,000 subscribers, and my channel was just going up and up and up. Well, a couple years from there, I'm still putting out Rock Band videos, doing things like that. And a game came out called, I didn't play regular games with this. Well, I did play regular games, but I didn't put them on YouTube. I never even thought about doing that. I just focused on Rock Band. Then the Beatles Rock Band came out, and I did what I normally do, put videos out, and my channel got deleted via copyright. And this was back in 2009. And what really pissed me off was the fact that I couldn't get it back. This was back before you could really get your channel back. Like before you could do it. Now it's like if your channel gets deleted, you have a good shot at getting it back. Whereas back then, you couldn't. So I lost a lot of subscribers, and I was devastated. I lost the love for playing Rock Band because of this. Now, I still was obviously in the U.S. Army Rock Band, so it's not like I didn't play drums anymore. But then I started to realize, well, I guess my career in YouTube is over. So I said, you know what, let me change things up, and I created a different channel. So if you look on my main channel and you see to the right, you'll see a bunch of those channels that I have on there. And a lot of those are my channels that I created after I did CENTERSTRAIN, the regular channel. I went with CENTERSTAIN. That was my next channel. And then I decided I was going to play regular video games. I was going to try to do that. That didn't take off as well. People made fun of my name. I tried to keep it as close to CENTERSTRAIN as I could, which was a horrible mistake. So I called myself CENTERSTAIN. Not a good idea. But you can check that out, and you can see some of the very, very earliest games that I put on there. And even a few of my Rock Band videos that I put on there when I was looking really young and stuff are on that channel. So you should probably look at that sometime, as it's pretty fun to see kind of where you've come from over the years. So I said, you know what, I can't do this. I can't continue on this channel called CENTERSTAIN. So I was like, what could I do? How could I create a a channel that's going to be memorable and people aren't going to make fun of the name. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to take Center Strain and I'm going to put the year I graduated high school in front of it, or behind it. So that's where I came up with Center Strain 01. How I came up with Center Strain, I can't honestly remember. I think it just came to me. I said, what are two things that you could put together that would sound pretty cool, that you could be called either one, Center and then Strain. So people call me Center, people call me Strain, people call me Center Strain, people call me Chris. That's kind of where all that came from. So it's 2010, February-ish, beginning of February, I create Center Strain 01. I'm not doing Rock Band anymore. I'm just playing for fun, but I'm doing games. So the first game that I put on this channel was Dante's Inferno. No commentary, just straight up gameplay, and I had no idea it was going to take off the way that it did. If you look at my earliest videos, you can do this by going over to the video section on the main channel page, and then when you get there to the video section, click on oldest to newest, and you'll see my first videos on there of Dante's Inferno. And it blew up. I mean, hundreds of thousands of views, and it just blew up. I mean, I was so amazed. I was like, wow, I can't believe I'm actually, this is taking off. So eventually I started playing, more games, and I started adding commentary. People liked the commentary that I put on there. I'm not someone who just yells and screams. This is in 2010. And it was getting bigger. Heavy Rain became very popular. Aliens versus Predators. And then, of course, Splinter Cell Conviction came, and my favorite genre in video games has always been stealth, because I'm blind in one eye. I'm legally blind in one eye. So this is going to be a long video. I'm legally blind in one eye, and I had to figure, how can I enjoy gaming the most while having this type of disability? So stealth became something very important to me, because it allowed me to think about my actions before I did them. I didn't have to have fast reactions. So that's why I'm not very good at games like Call of Duty or Battlefield, because my reaction times are so much slower than all these other great players with two eyes that bring those two eyes together, and they see things quicker than I can, because my one eye, it takes even if it's just a fraction of a second longer to see an enemy. Well, if you take into account lag in online play, that makes it even longer. So I can play pretty good first-person shooters, but I'm nowhere near what normal people would be able to do. So that was always a limitation for me, as that's why I kind of grew to love stealth video games. So when I did Conviction, that really got to show, and people were like, wow, this is awesome. This is someone who actually cares about this game and doesn't just go in there and run and mess everything up, who actually plays it the way that they feel Sam Fisher would play it. And that's how I've always lived my stealth kind of gaming career. So I did that, and became another popular thing. But then all of a sudden I got the news that I was going to deploy in 2010. So I was getting stationed over. I was still at Lee at this time, and I was going to be stationed over in Fort Drum, New York. And I had 2 months after I got there to deploy. So it was a very surreal experience, my first deployment, and I was very, very nervous. And obviously everything went okay, but it was very, very scary for me. I'm not really one of those hardcore guys who just wants to go out and shoot things and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm an expert rifle marksmanship and all that stuff. I mean, I'm really good at it, but I just, to put it in the most simplest terms, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I prefer, that's just not for me. That's why I want to play music. I love music. I want to give the Army what I can in my own special way. So, went over to Fort Drum and kept the channel going. And then all of a sudden, I had to put a video out that said, hey guys, I'm sorry, I'm deploying for a year. You're not going to see any videos. There's nothing I can really do. So at this point, I think I had maybe 17,000 subscribers on the channel, and I knew I was going to lose them all, because when you're gone for a year, I mean, that's like murder on your channel. So here I am deployed in Afghanistan, and I am with the Army rock band that I'm playing music. Had a blast. One of the best times of my life was being over there, was getting to teach the ANA, the Afghan National Army band members, how to play music. These guys didn't know anything about Western music, okay? It's totally different type of music that they actually play in Afghanistan. So we were teaching them kind of how to do military band formations and how to play military music. and it was one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. And I'll never forget those drummers that I had to teach throughout that year. It was such an amazing experience. But my channel obviously suffered. I got back from deployment. Here I am back. I'm trying to build it back up. So I created another channel because I wanted to start fresh. So that's when I created like CENTERSTRAIN01 Gaming or US Army Drummer 01. Those are channels that you see on the side of my main channel too. Trying to get a partnership. The whole thing was getting partnerships. So now everybody's got a partnership, and it's the coolest thing, and you can actually make money doing it. So I was like, oh, I want to do that. I want to do that. I love gaming, and people like the videos that I put out. So that's where it all started. And I slowly, finally got a partnership on CENTERSTRAIN01. A small, little itty-bitty company called Machinima. They're not small. Took a chance. Took a chance with me, and they partnered me up. And from there on, I've been doing this, and this is what you've been seeing. But you haven't been seeing Rock Band, which is my main love. You haven't been seeing that kind of stuff. You've been seeing just walkthroughs and videos and that kind of thing. And my channel is a niche. You know, it's mostly stealth oriented, or I put more effort into my stealth games than I do anything else because that's what I love and that's what I'm passionate about. And I don't want to be a channel that's only known for one thing. There's all kinds of channels out there that are known for one specific thing, and I just don't want that to be my channel, right? I want to bring everybody in. I want everybody to have a connection to talk about games in general. I just love being a gamer. I'm passionate about being a gamer in general, not just one specific. I'm better at one specific type of gaming, but I love it all. So, which brings us just me building this channel over the past, since I've been back from Afghanistan, and that was in the 2011. Since then, I've been building it slowly. Now, I've gained a lot slower than some of these other guys that started when I did. I don't yell. I don't scream. I'm slower with my videos. I don't push them out as fast as possible just to get views, just to get them out there. And you'll notice my views are not what they used to be. You know, I don't get hundreds of thousands of views like I used to back in the olden days. Now, people that get hundreds of thousands of views are people that yell and scream, and I'm not like that. I can't do that. I don't want to act like someone that I'm not. I'm just more conventional. I'm more quiet. I'm more reserved. I would rather be professional. I would rather show you how to complete an objective than to blindly run in there and just start killing everybody and not caring about the time and the effort that the developers took into. I love to showcase what developers do because, I mean, they spent 5-6 years and they have kids during this time, and they're like, 12, 15-hour days making these video games, and I want to showcase that. So that's why I'm always harping on, guys, even if you see bugs or glitches, don't get mad and upset about it. I mean, find a way around it. Understand that not every game is going to be perfect, and there's going to be some crap-tastic games out there, but find a way to love them in their own right for the time that the developers took to actually put into it. So it's been on now for 18 minutes. I didn't know it was going to go this long, but this is an instructional video, not instructional. This is a kind of an explorative video of just where I have come from. And I've been wanting to do this for a while. I know you've been staring at a screen. But let me show you why I love Rock Band so much. And I'm going to take a risk in putting this out. So this is just, I don't get to play Rock Band that much. I really don't. Now with YouTube full-time and Army part-time, I don't get to play as much music anymore as I like to. Every now and then, maybe twice a month, I'll get to come back and play. But they just released a new update for Rock Band 4. Like, I've always done Rock Band 3 because of the Rock Band network, because you can actually play double bass drums. But they released an update now where you can play with people online in Rock Band 4 finally. So I'm very excited about that I get to play with some of the friends that I haven't got to play with in like 7-8 years. And it's so amazing. It's so fun to kind of remember what it was like to be that young kid again. So I'm just going to play a really, really fun song. I consider this to be the hardest song in the game, or one of the hardest songs in the game. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and thank you for listening to my huge backstory, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go into here and play What a Horrible Night to Have a Curse. Enjoy. Thank you for watching the video, and remember, I love you guys. Peace out.